Hello and welcome to At Home with Dia. I'm Dia, and in today's video I will show you how I decorate a wreath in 3 different ways. I know it's early November and I'm already talking about holiday decorating, but I wanted to get this video out to you early enough so you can buy your supplies and create your own unique wreath. As I mentioned in my video Holiday Decorating Ideas, using things you already have, you can change your wreath from year to year for a fresh look. If you haven't already watched that video, I will link it below and here so you can check it out. If you're interested in seeing how I take a green wreath and transform it in a few easy steps, keep watching. I will show you an understated, sophisticated look first and then work my way up to more elaborate styles as I go along. So let's get started. I will show you 2 versions of a simple but beautiful wreath decorated in 4 easy steps. When you invest in a lush, sturdy wreath, it will last you for years. I've had this one for over 16 years and it still looks great. I added some cinnamon-scented pine cones. This is a great way to incorporate the smell of the holiday season into your space, or welcome your guests at your front door. Normally, I hot glue the pine cones into place. But if you want a less permanent installation, you can use floral wire to attach them to the wreath. You simply wedge the wire between the opening at the base of the pine cones, twist the wire, and then fish it through the back of the wreath and attach it to one of the branches or the wreath form. You can wire these into place or use a bit of hot glue before sliding them into place. I bought these picks from Amazon. They come in a pack of 12 and are a very versatile addition to my holiday decorating arrangements. I believe every wreath needs a focal point, and in this case, it's these gold cowbells from Amazon. Bells were all the rage last year and they continue to be a holiday trend this year too. These come in a grouping of 4, but I like odd numbers, so I will only be using 3. I will then use floral wire to tie them to the wreath. Since this is a neutral, earthy-inspired wreath, I will use this brown velvet 3/4-inch ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I'll link similar ribbons for you in the description below. Take a 4-foot long piece of ribbon and create the shape of a plain bow. Twist the ribbon ends so the good side is facing down, and then take a 2-foot long piece and use it to tie the middle. Flip it over and adjust it so it looks even. I thread some floral wire through the back knot to attach it to the wreath. Play around with it to make sure it lays nicely on the wreath, and then trim the ribbon ends diagonally. And there you have it, an earth tone inspired wreath. But if your style is more colorful, I have another version of this wreath. I'll start with the same green wreath with pine cones and cedar picks and give it a punch of color. In this example, I use ornaments as the accent piece. These are inexpensive shatterproof ornaments from Target. 'Use thin ribbon in the same color. 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 'Use t Before we move on, let me clear my surface. You know this time of year stuff gets everywhere, and I'm finding glitter all over the place. Cut a 2-foot long piece of ribbon first and thread it through the ornament loop, and then tie a knot at the base of the ornament. Repeat this 3 times. Lay them at varying heights and then tie the 3 ornaments together. Trim the excess ribbon and use wire to secure them to the wreath. And now for the finishing touch. This bright red satin ribbon complements the ornaments perfectly. Loop the ribbon through the ornament cluster and under the wreath, and then tie a double bow. I trimmed the bow ends shorter so the ornaments are more noticeable. Now, are you ready to take this same green wreath to the next level? I'll keep the pine cones and cedar picks and add several different items to the wreath to give it an elegantly layered look. This time I'm going with a lighter color palette that is reminiscent of early winter's snow. All picks are from Hobby Lobby and were 50% off the price tag. I'll use 2 lightly flocked pine needle branches with small white pine cones. 5 light colored picks that have a dusting of white shimmer on them. 1 cluster of large pearly berries that I will deconstruct to use as individual ornaments on this wreath. Finally, some berries I've had in my stash for over 20 years. Fluff and spread the branches so they take up more space on the wreath and look more natural. Well, let's put it this way, as natural as glitter-covered picks can look. And remember to always remove the price tags. Do a trial install first before finalizing the position of each item and securing them with hot glue or wire. Play around with the branches and intertwine them with the other greenery. Bend the stems to mimic the shape of the wreath, which helps when tucking them into the form. Now let's pull those large berries apart. As you pull them, some of the stems may be too long, so use wire cutters to trim them to about 3 inches. If the wire is too thick, you can use a heavy-duty cutter. Once all the individual pearly berries are trimmed to size, I place them in groupings of odd numbers. In this case, 3 and 1. A cluster of 3 in the lower middle part of the wreath, on the left and the right, and then a single one towards the upper part of each side. You will notice that the arrangement is fuller at the bottom and gets less layered towards the top. This leaves plenty of space at the very top for a lush bow that will act as the accent piece to this wreath. I break apart the 5th light-colored pick and use it to fill any areas that look empty. And now for the accent piece. Loosely tie a shimmery champagne-colored ribbon on the top of your wreath. And then attach a full lush bow. If you want to learn how I make that full bow, make sure to watch my upcoming video on gift wrapping ideas. The finishing touch is the ringlet bow tails. Wide ribbon works best for this effect. And here is the result. Once you hang it, you may want to adjust it a bit, but overall, I think this is a lovely, elegant door decoration. Finally, it's time for a more elaborate but chic look. For this wreath, I invested in a larger size wreath, so there was plenty of room to add the embellishments I wanted to use. This was 50% off at Hobby Lobby. This large evergreen wreath already has a variety of different greens and pine cones, so it would look lovely with just a bow. But I want to transform it into something spectacular. So the accent piece for this wreath will be the 3 caramel-colored velvet poinsettias. I will use 4 shimmery berry branches, 2 glitter-coated leaf stems, and 4 acrylic teardrop stems for some sparkle. I dry fit the different elements before wiring or hot gluing them into place so I get a perfect arrangement. Bend the stems to anchor them into the wreath. As you can see, I play around with them until I like the way they lay. I add the leaf stems on either side and then layer in the berry branches under the leaf branches and wedge another berry branch on each side. I add the acrylic stems to create a look that cascades upwards. I look at it from all angles to make sure everything looks well balanced. I also included some small sparkle stems from my existing stash. Now it's time to add a triple bow. I had to turn the wreath around to face me because trying to tie a bow upside down is not easy. To cover up the bow knots, I wrap the ribbon in the middle of the bow and then create those whimsical spirals. And here you have the final luxe looking wreath. Please let me know in the comments below which of these wreaths was your favorite. If you enjoyed these wreath ideas, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to At Home with Dia for more decorating tips, design inspiration, and home improvement ideas. Remember to hit the bell to be notified of new videos every week. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.